Just like that. Should we pull battery power? Safety purposes, we must pull battery power. Demonstrate how to pull battery power.
Don't mind the guy. We're not a professional.
Yeah, we've seen this on YouTube once or twice. Are you sure that's the right size, man? It sounds a little violent.
That's it. Pull it off there.
I'm gonna...
Wait.
Nope. I'm gonna attempt to do this in like a British accent. I'm going to try to do some electrical wiring stuff today.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that? He's gonna come over here. He's got himself a tool. Yep, makes the noises. Oh yeah. Letting it rip, paper chip. Yes, that's what they would say. Yeah. That's a lot of looking around. Just like that. Should we pull battery power? Safety purposes, we must pull battery power. Demonstrate how to pull battery power.
Don't mind the guy. We're not a professional.
Yeah, we've seen this on YouTube once or twice. Are you sure that's the right size, man? It sounds a little violent.
That's it. Pull it off there.
I'm gonna...
Wait.
Nope. British to hillbilly real quick. Come on now. You didn't bring your truck with you, did you?
Well, you know, we're going to do all the millimeters on this thing. All the millimeters. All 13 of them.
Do you know what number it would be if it was converted to a fraction?
Somewhere around a ½ inch, I'd say.
Somewhere around a half. Half. It's a half inch.
A half inch?
A half inch.
Half inch.
Half. If you drop it like the Hoffman.
What are you, like fucking what is that? Fucking...
Why am I saying what way?
Oh, there's one.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That looks melodramatic.
Well, I don't know how I did that, but that came right out.
Mm.
Oh, it just pulls right out, huh? Oh my god, Joshua.
Yeah.
A bad one, period.
I don't think you're gonna find a bad one. It all looks pretty fresh.
It doesn't look terrible.
Which is the annoying part. To have the car straightened like it did a week ago, and to look at that. Fucking Chevy.
I was expecting to see like something a little burnt.
Yeah, I was hoping to see something a little burnt.
Scored. I don't see anything.
Nothing.
Looking like A6 is going to be fuel pump supply voltage. Side pin right here.
Okay, so that one's marked. That's relevant.
That's power.
Yeah, that's what he said. Main current, top is a switch. This is another main current. He said this is another current, but these two have thicker gauge wire than this one and that one. This is Mitchell. We're looking up statistical information on coordinate location for prongs numbered on there to correspond with where our wiring comes in for the fuel rail and the bottom of the connector. So statistically via Mitchell, the first power wire that we want to go for is gray. It ended up being gray. It was wonderful. He did himself a little poke. Show me a tool. Show me a tool that you used to poke. Look, little tool. Yep. Poked it. I pulled it, and it came right out. Heaven forbid.
Grab the little green line next to it.
Green or green and white?
The green right there.
No, I think it's it is a green. Give it some more. You need some more sauce.
I ain't got the clip.
I'm not pulling on it yet. I got you.
Push on it.
Push on it.
Push on it. It's gonna let me unlock it.
All right,
now pull on it.
Now pulling. Hold on, let me get it good. Hey! 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 Man, I feel really smart though.
For this, Josh.
Not really.
This is so simple.
So simple. So you're even embracing the accent. Oh, pulling it out of the system. Early. Pulling out early. Like separate. No more car shut-off issues. Not today. Your plastic thingamajiggy's over there.
What did you call it?
A plastic thingamajiggy.
Thingamajiggy?
A thingamajiggy. That's what the Master Tech says for when I hear on the streets.
Well, I mean, good old Master Tech.
When I'm out on the streets, you know what I'm saying? I like how you put that in like a fucking surgeon, all nice and like smooth. That looked real. That was the most professional thing you've done all night. Not Mitchell. Not.
I'm real professional. For my attire.
Dude, they should take notes.
Gyro disc, bro.
You can see the pecs and everything. Oh, is that a Corvette? No, it's a Viper. It's okay. Power supply.
85 is ground.
85 is ground.
86 is usually signal, and 87 is usually output.
I don't like usuallys. I feel like
wait,
with
I'm gonna have to look into this
ProCharge
schematic.
C6, we should be a lot more
Well, it
positive.
It doesn't have a 5th pin. It doesn't have 87A. I'm confused.
He doesn't, nobody knows how he feels to re-engineer Chevy Corvette things. He has the audacity to say he does it all the time. Like, how do you walk harder than that? Maybe because we re-engineer Corvette stuff, we're looking for wires. We think we're a clamp short to do the relay backside on our own besides these 2 OEM setups. So we find this one. It's already attached to a wire. We find another wire that's got one attached. And then I found a backup one. And everything's just working. And it's really weird. So we're just going to, we're going to finish it.
Yeah, dude, we're right there.
Yeah, we're right there. We're going to finish it. We just want to let you guys know that everything for the last 27 feet has been working very well. Besides hurricane blunt trauma winds, like you got to be able to hear that on my roof. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. It's sketchy to say the least. But for horsepower, what bounds will you not cross to gap the world? So a big kicker of information, you have power supplies and a switch. There are other connections in here that have other job descriptions, so we can't gut all 4 units, pull them out and run them to here. So we're running our own power off the block distribution right here, and we're running our own ground off a ground post by the alternator. So we're running our own power and ground and just signal wires?
Yeah.
Signal wires from here to the relay, and hopefully the car will start.
Power out that we took out, and then your signal that we took out.
So power and signal ran out of here to eliminate connection through all of the garbage that is that. Now we have a separate relay. We're going to test it, then we'll heat shrink all these electrical connections so it looks spiffy doodle, and we'll probably even tuck it and hide it so your mom never knows what happened here. Very carefully take all the connectors that were sitting in the base, run them back up to the bottom of the fuse box, connect them slowly, delicately. You don't want to bend any tongs and make your life any worse than it already is.
They're already butted up, by the way. We're just knocking everything out.
They're already butted, yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of obvious. We already seated them, set it down, running the bolts in now. We're about 30 seconds away from test number 1. Hopefully of 1. 1 of 1. We'll now double check to make sure the wiring to our relay and the sides of the relay we used is correct before we give it a whack.
Connection at the relay.
Could have been a bad connection to the relay. It started up and then it died. And then we tried it again and it started up and loped a little bit. Yeah, it could have been the tuner's fault. And it started up again and loped a little bit lower than usual and then subsided. Seems fine. So far mission success. Again, we're doing this fuel relay because this car shut off on me leaving his house 2 weeks ago. Headed down the road to my house. The car just shut off, had no fuel pump. They're notorious for heating up the relay or something being an issue with the whole multi-layers of connections in here. So people like to set aside the relay, and apparently they never have this shut-off problem again. I like that you're trying to turn over a new leaf. I can smell it.
Okay.
Okay. Is it going to fit, Kevin?
I don't think so. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can get it in the hole.
Oh, wow. This is definitely not a kid-approved video.
Nope, not now. You're going to have to put a PG rating on it now.
You just have to decide Florida law on the camera when you grab a blowtorch.
It's damn windy. I just need a little bit of heat.
We're just here to shrink some things up, man. Oh, goodness. Ta-da! And now for the finishing touches. Wheelman style, we will electrical tape it to a vacuum down there. Or we just sliding back on. The connectors, did they slide off?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know, Josh.
Oh, God. We will end the video right here. I figured I'd give you some cheat codes. If you got this far in the video, make sure you like, make sure you hit the subscribe button for us. Try to help out as much as we can, as well as racing, shenanigans, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the other cars. If you have this problem and you're curious, it's very easy to test it. I'm going to give you some cheat codes. If your car does shut off and you want to know if it's it or not, your driver's side fuel rail has a black cap on the end. There's a little plunger in there. Push that plunger and see if your fuel squirts out hardcore. You're going to have a lot of fuel pressure on a Corvette. If it just trickles out kind of like a water hose, that's your problem. Your fuel pump's not giving you fuel pressure. So it's very easy to figure it out and test it on the side of the road to find out what the problem is. I've also swapped it out while it was stranded with a brand new relay and a spare relay. That does not solve the problem. What's ironic is when this problem does happen, every time this has happened, it's happened 3 times. Every time it's happened, like the first time it stranded me, it started up 2 hours later after sitting in a shop cooling down. And then the second time it happened, I left it in the yard overnight, started right up the next morning, which is excessively annoying. So those are ways that you can test it. And again, you can't just throw relays at it. Some people on forums claim they just throw a new relay on, it starts right up in the drive home. That didn't work for me. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, comment down below. I can keep up for the most part, even though the channel is growing every day. But do join the movement. Do join Wheelman. We appreciate you watching. We got the Harley. We've got a 5.3 liter iron block turbo RX-7 with a granny speed swap, solid axle setup, 8.8 Ford rear end. Got the Corvette. Got the mini Jeep. And we got a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure you subscribe. We grow every day. Get with the movement. We out. Bye.